want to do? All right. Whew. Hi guys, welcome. So as I actually posted that video earlier today when broadcasted news everywhere that MoviePass was just down for everybody, and they're running out of excuses. They already told everybody that there was a sort of error with the processing. It turns out the error was that they needed to pay their bills, right? So today I don't think there's going to be any real excuses that's going to tie them over unless they borrow another several $1,000,000. But just before this, you'll want to go ahead, if you bought this from Costco, go ahead and contact Costco immediately, sooner rather than later, and go ahead and cancel just contact customer service. So go to Costco.com, do the customer service thing, email them or live chat, have your receipt information ready, and just go ahead and tell them that you're not satisfied with the MoviePass and that you're just having some issues with it and you want a refund. They will, and they have been actually processing refunds. And this is for all the people that have purchased this on that annual, it was around Black Friday and also Christmas too. So they're actually giving you full refunds right now, and who knows when they might stop doing that. If I suppose if too many people start doing it, maybe they might start to do any prorating or whatever. So definitely do that right now. So if you did do this, stop right now, head on over, and I suppose you can call them or email them, self-service options, give them a call, or actually chat with them right now. Right now it's Monday at 4 p.m. So looks like you can actually chat with them all day till 10 p.m. Contact them. They are giving out refunds. Unfortunately, for some people like me, I bought the annual thing with the Black Friday. I shouldn't have, because what happened was I signed up for MoviePass pretty early on, and it was on a monthly because this sounded really too good to be true. And at the time, there wasn't too many people talking about whether or not this company was going to be viable because the dollars and cents simply didn't add up. So for me, what I did was I went from monthly and did the full upgrade to the annual for an additional fee that MoviePass provided during Black Friday. So my only option might be only to, make sure that I remove the credit card information that's on the MoviePass. I don't know if I can do that right now because the system's probably not working. But the other option is try to contact my credit card company about this. I guess your mileage will vary depending on what credit card company that you have. And you'll probably want to pull out the statement information there and maybe submit a dispute if you can. So if you are successful in this, I'm really curious in finding out. Please share down below in the comments. I think that would be really great to find out from everybody whether or not you can actually do this. Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to log back onto my live stream and actually see what kind of questions some people might have about this. But today I thought that I'd go ahead and take a look at some other options in more detail because, as the title says, this is about moving on from MoviePass. So besides getting a refund and besides canceling your membership if you already did, go ahead and do that, or do it roughly when your membership's going to end. So if you had just renewed about 2 weeks ago, maybe, who knows, maybe someone comes in here and saves them. I highly doubt it. But, if they did, then perhaps you might still be able to use MoviePass, and you might still be able to take advantage of this tip that I did early on when AMC A-List was actually you were still able to get credit for the movie that you watched. So currently that's the case. And there's another thing too, is that now with MoviePass being defunct, there's a good possibility that either one, Cinemia, or any of these other third-party plan providers that's similar to MoviePass will either give a discount for people who want to who were affected by all this, to get customer service and give you a better deal. But as you can see right now, Cinemia actually has some deals going on right now for the summer, and that's something to be worthwhile. And then AMC A-List, I don't think they made any changes or responded to any of these changes yet. At least no one has reported that so far. But that is $19.99, and I did a quick video about that one, but I'm going to explore a little bit more further into some of these other options and figure out what might be the best for everybody. My personal feeling is that I might go with AMC A-List, because we have AMC A-List, we have AMCs around us in LA area, and they tend to be some of the better theaters around my area anyways, in San Gabriel Valley. So switching to that for $19.99 a month and being able to see up to 3 movies a week might be the best option for myself and my wife. But if we find out that there are not enough movies for us to watch anyways, and we want some other options, then we might also consider Cinemia, which actually has much lower rate plans, as you can see right here. So they have, what I can see right now, well, why don't I go ahead and talk about Cinemia real quickly. I haven't actually tried these options yet. I just did a quick search on Cinemia to see what they had to offer. Cinemia has actually been around for quite a while too, and I think they got more in the spotlight because MoviePass really hit the headlines when they did the unheard of price of $9.99 a month for the movies. So Cinemia has 2 different classic plans and 2 different elite plans, and for me, if I was looking back at my statistics over this past month, I might have only seen 2 movies a month. Okay. Now, if that were true, MoviePass, for everybody that was using MoviePass, or if it was in the summer, MoviePass might still have been around. So I've only maybe seen 2 movies a month, and I actually don't typically see the 3D and IMAX movies. But as you can see, there's only a $2 per month difference if you were going with Cinemia, which is not bad. So actually, it's great to have that option. But if 3D causes you to get queasy and stuff, and sometimes that might affect you, and IMAX is not something you really like. For me, I don't like the IMAX around my current local AMCs because they're really loud, and hearing loss is permanent. Once you lose your hearing, there's no going back. You just can't rebuild that right now unless you get some sort of bionic ears. So for me, I'd probably go with the $6.99 plan, and they actually do support so many movie theaters around. They have a whole listing of movie theaters. Now, one other thing that I saw was the difference between a monthly and a yearly fee is just that you got to pay a initiation fee, and with a monthly, there's no commitment, so you can cancel. I'm gonna have to read the fine print on this though. If you recall, MoviePass did a lot of shady things. Well, what we consider shady, I feel it's kind of shady, in that they promised one thing and then they changed things up a bit all over time, all the way until, and obviously us users and the people that bought onto MoviePass were pretty pissed, as you can see with all the other social media and YouTube videos and comments about the shady things they did. Not to say that Cinemia is going to do anything shady, but money is money, and if you want to figure out what exactly is driving them to make some of these changes, it's all about the money. You got to go back and look at the money and see what's feasible or not. And obviously, MoviePass was not feasible. All right, so I'm looking at the LA area. Obviously, just about every I mean, there's just so much that you can choose from Cinemia. So this seems like the obvious choice if you're not going to watch a lot of movies. And for most people who have jobs and work during the daytime, you're just not going to be able to. Or if you're married and have kids, your times to watch movies are going to be somewhat limited, more so than someone who's a student, right? Someone who's a student who has time. So Cinemia has the elite memberships that give you access to the 2D, 3D, IMAX, 4D, D-Box, and ScreenX. It's just about everything out there. And another thing is that you can use the Cinemia stuff online, so you don't actually need to carry around that card, which is kind of a bit of a hassle with MoviePass, right? Because now you have an extra card that you got to carry around when we had to do MoviePass, and I just put that onto my electronic fuse card, which I also did a video about. And So not having to worry about that is beneficial. But I heard from some other report on Tom's Guide, which is a great website, by the way, but they usually do technical stuff. They said there were some issues with the check-in. So there's some growing pains in there in the app, in the way the apps and the plannings are going, and you can't just easily schedule everything directly on the app at this point. So the UI is a bit of a mess. So Cinemia is probably not for someone who is, shall we say, not very tech savvy, right? You got to go back and forth. It's cumbersome, and also sometimes you got to open up another browser on a laptop to go ahead and browse and choose the tickets and the seats and stuff. So it looks like it's fairly more cumbersome to do, but at the same time, they give you a virtual card, so you can just go ahead and purchase the ticket and then show up. Unlike AMC, I'll compare that over with AMC. AMC has a full-on app, and I don't have any. Well, let's take a look at the AMC A-list. So AMC A-list, I'm used to using the AMC app in viewing movies and choosing movies on there, and the experience is so much easier. It's pretty fluid. I haven't really run into any issues at all. And they actually also show, since it's all one cohesive system within the AMC and the theaters, you get live updates on what seats are available. So there's none of this back and forth, right? You don't have to open up another web browser to check out to see the theaters and the seating charts and stuff, and then jump back into the app and potentially lose your seats. Why this is a big issue is if it's a really hot movie and you're trying to get all your friends together, and you got like a whole row of maybe six of your families together, and you're getting on a Cinemia app and you're trying to order all these tickets. From my understanding, I don't think there's a family plan on there right now that you can use, and the family plan would then allow you to choose all the seats in a row, right? But because with the Cinemia app, they're not completely integrated with all the theaters that they support. You can't actually see the seating charts right away in the app. So by the time you enter all this stuff in and purchase the tickets, there's a chance that the seats that you wanted get sold out, or you're not sitting together. So that kind of messes things up for you. AMC, you're not going to have that problem right now if you're just purchasing one ticket. Everything's all cohesive in there. And actually, in the coming months, supposedly they're going to have a family plan, but none of them have that family plan yet, right? I think they're still waiting and seeing about the pricing and trying to figure out stuff like that. So that's one difference. Another thing is I'm going to have to take a closer look at the fine print on the Cinemia to see what that fine print is. It's always about the fine print in terms of the surcharges that you got. So there are some frequently asked questions. We'll take a quick look over there. And actually, what I need to do now is, because even though I'm broadcasting live, unfortunately, I can't see any of the chat. I didn't think about this ahead of time. I kind of just threw this in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to replay this piece just for now, and I'm going to set up another computer so I can see the live chat, and then you can go ahead and see what's going on with the whole MoviePass. But right now, if you're just joining me right now, if you bought the annual subscription to MoviePass on Costco, go to Costco.com right now, contact customer service. They are giving refunds out, and do that before everybody does it and crushes their customer service, and then you're not able to, and now there's a delay and all that. So do that right now. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I'm back. Here we go. Yep, I do believe MoviePass is dead. If you take a look at their stock, it is completely tanking. They're going to be delisted soon. If you remember, if you were trying to use MoviePass over this past weekend, Andrew, they were basically you weren't able to actually process and purchase any tickets. And you know they did a tweet. So if you check out the Twitter, what happened was they claimed that there was a problem with the processing, but it turns out it's because they didn't pay the bills. They couldn't pay the bills because they didn't have the money. They had a cash flow issue. So somehow maybe they went to some movie sharks. So right here, see about the check-ins. So apparently they went to they went to some movie sharks, or they got out another loan really quickly. I don't know how they did it, but they got 5 to 6, anywhere reports from $5 to $6.5 million to go ahead and pay, so that there would be some movies that would keep them through the weekend. And so it came back online real briefly, but not for the biggest showing, right? The Mission Impossible was not able to be watched at all, so you can check in. So that was this weekend, and that's when people were being concerned, and people did some researching, and they figured out that they didn't pay their bills, and so now the service was restored only for Saturday, Friday, Saturday, maybe parts of Sunday, and then now it's completely cut out on Monday. So I think you should jump ship, and if you're on a monthly thing, go ahead and cancel your monthly at the end of whatever that period is. Because if some miraculous reason someone comes in and snatches them up, then there's no point to cancel. But it doesn't look really likely, and the stock is absolutely tanking. They're going to be delisted soon. So anybody who invested in it, it's completely gone. A-list might be a great idea right now if you want to see a movie soon. And it actually only takes a couple minutes to sign up, and then you can go ahead and reserve all that. I did a whole other video about that, and it's really easy. What I did was I was telling everybody, hey, before MoviePass completely tanks, go ahead and buy a ticket with MoviePass or some other thing. And then at the end of your movie show time, you actually get credit for that movie towards your $19.99 fee. So if you pay $12.50 with MoviePass on that movie, then you can go to the counter and ask for credit for that. They'll credit that to you for that month for your membership. Now, here's the thing with the A+ though, is that you have to sign it. You have to agree to 3 months. At least, so it's a $60 investment over the course of 3 months. So make sure that it makes sense for you. Make sure that you are at least watching 4 or 5 movies, I guess, over the course of 3 months. Shouldn't be too hard, especially since if there's a movie you like to watch. It'll be really easy to go and rewatch it, unlike MoviePass where they said you can't watch it anymore. So definitely check out the list to see if over the next 3 months you're going to watch at least, let's say, 2 movies a month to make it worthwhile, and not have to deal with that. And you're not restricted by any of the movies too, so you can just watch just about anything that is on their listing on the site right now. None of the special events. And yeah, it's probably advised to just go ahead and do that sooner rather than later. I highly doubt that AMC is going to go, hey, you guys that just lost out on MoviePass, we're going to give you a discount if you sign up. No, I think $19.95 is their best discount right now. And if anything, they claim that they will lock in the price for a good year. So you can lock in before they increase the price. My guess is it might go up to $29.95 a month. And actually, it will probably, the 3 movies every week will probably go up as soon as they release family pricing. Okay, so I think that's where they're going to get you, right? You're going to sign up for this for $19.95 a month, and then find out, hey, I got a family. How do I add them on without paying the full price of the other movies? They're going to get you by offering yet another deal with the family pricing and stuff for the kids. Yeah. But I don't see how you can really lose out as long as you can go ahead and pick at least 2 movies a month to watch for the next 3 months. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. But the other one I wanted to explore further is Cinemia, because AMC, you're only stuck with AMC theaters. So if you look around, you don't have any AMC theaters that you like to go to, or you don't like the city or the crowd or what's going on at the AMC near you or the ones that you frequent, then obviously don't sign up for AMC at all. Our AMCs are not bad, but I have seen lately, especially with MoviePass, that there have been just way too many people at our theaters. And because of that, and also because they're running on a skeleton crew, they're not really cleaning up the theaters as quickly as what I'm used to. Maybe it's just the summer, or maybe the kids are just leaving a big mess. But sometimes you go in there and there's just no way they can clean up, and that kind of messes up with the movie experience. Yeah. So if that's going to be something that matters to you, maybe check out Cinemia. They actually have a sale going on right now, which is the summer sale, and I think that it's just a little bit of a discount. I don't know if I don't know what the previous prices were of this when they were trying to compete with MoviePass. If anybody knows, please type down in the chat below. But as you can see, you have, if you're doing, I mean, this is great if you only watch 2 movies a month, right? $6.99 a month. If you're doing monthly with no commitment, though, everything, there's an initiation fee of $19.99, and that is non-refundable whatsoever. That's if you just want to sign up for it. The only difference between this and yearly is that you will be billed annually, and such that your special pricing at $6.99 a month for the 2 movies on a classic plan is good for the whole year. So they're not going to raise or lower the price on you on that. And there's no blackout dates. And you also could do advanced ticket option, which you can also do with AMC, right? But obviously with Cinemia, you can choose all the other theaters. So this might be the best choice for you if you travel a lot and there's not an AMC near you and you want to go to Edwards or some other thing. So you can just go to cinemia.com and then just type in the zip code. I'm over here at Monterey Park, and mine is 91755. As you can see, I basically have the choice of just about any theater here. So if there's some theater, I know, for instance, my local theater, AMC Atlantic Times Square 14, they don't often show the latest movies, strangely enough. They tend to try to show more of the ethnic. In my area, there's a lot of Chinese and Asian people around, including myself, and so they tend to show a lot of those other movies, which my family would probably like to watch a lot of, but they won't show something. They didn't have like the latest that maybe some other people want to watch at that particular theater. So, but in that case, it doesn't matter because I have another AMC nearby that actually does show it. So that, those are some considerations for you over there. Now, what I want to do is I want to take a look at the fine print on the Cinemia and figure out exactly what some of the problems are here. Cinemia card, you don't actually have a Cinemia card, so it is completely virtual based. So you do the reservation, they give you a card number, and I saw in another review saying that this is a virtual card, so you got to type in the credit card numbers. That's a really bit of a hassle. If you ever try to do that on a cell phone, you're in the middle of trying to check in and or reserve. You got to do a lot of back and forth. So this is not, Cinemia is not someone who doesn't like to deal with the hassle of going back and forth between a computer screen and a cell phone to enter this information in there. And so there were some snafus on there. Let's see, how can I see membership price, detailed information about Cinemia. Yep, there's nothing a whole lot there that Cinemia Premium. You can skip waiting for your physical card. Yeah, so they went with the virtual card option after. Cinemia family plans. Let's see. Single membership with tickets up to 6 people. That's great. Up to 6 people, including yourself. So that's something that Cinemia can do that AMC does not currently do. They're going to be able to do that later. So if you want to wait and see, that is, again, that is something that could be a bit of a risk now that MoviePass is gone, right? They could raise the rates they might remove the $19.99 a month plan in favor of a higher plan, and also introduce a family plan at the same time. I get the feeling some of these were referring to plans that were there before MoviePass got so popular. I'm going to take a look at the cinema fine print. See if I can find a Cinemia fine print. Beware of cinema, screenshots of my bad customer service experience. Well, that's interesting. Does anybody have a copy of the fine print that I can just go ahead and go over and do a really close look to see what's going on here? This was 6 months ago. This might not apply right now. Jay says, go A-list movie passes ran poorly, was too good to be true. Yep, that is very true. I would definitely recommend, it's easy to recommend now, right? But for some of us, you know, I actually, I mean, I used the hell out of that MoviePass for a period of time. I definitely got my money's worth. Granted, it would have been even better if I got my Costco thing and then I just contacted Costco, got my refund. That would have been even better. But I did use it. It did work out well while it lasted. I didn't have to deal with all the BS most people had to deal with. Like I didn't have to upload the ticket stubs until, except this past week. And I watched like, I think I watched like 18 different movies. And that's because, you know, locally here we have other movies that aren't shown at, you know, regular AMC theaters. We got a bunch of Chinese stuff and other ethnic stuff. Cinemia terms and conditions. This is what you really want to see. All right, so we're going to take a close look. Terms of use. If you remember, MoviePass did a lot of really shady things, and they also reserved the right to change the terms of service at any point in time. And you had nothing, I mean, the only thing you had to do that you could do was agree. So it's probably the same thing here. So this was last updated in July 3rd, just before things probably went really, really wrong with with MoviePass. Let's see. Toon Blast says, I heard that MoviePass CEO, I guess the conference call today, that they were talking about not allowing big name movies such as Christopher Robin or Meg to be used through their app. Wow. Toon Blast. They actually stopped all of the Mission Impossible because they feared that would be the end of them because they didn't have the money to pay for it, and it was probably true. Yeah. Yeah, so Toon Blast, I think it's over for MoviePass. If you try to look in right now, there's not a single movie that you can see. If you try to do e-ticketing, it's out, man. It's out. You can't do it. Unfortunately, someone reported that they did the e-ticketing and it said that it went through, and then they drove 40 minutes to go because they thought they had a reservation, but it got canceled. It didn't work. All right, so by using a site, you got to agree to these terms. This is all basic stuff. Purchases. Sufficient age, complex term service, obligations, no, nothing. Part to it. Account security, blah, blah, blah. By the way, for anything that you're using passwords and stuff, oh my God, definitely don't ever use passwords that you use on any of these sites like MoviePass. If you use the password to log into MoviePass anywhere else, please change that password. Man, I mean, that is a security breach waiting to happen. So change that password. Make sure you're not using that password anywhere else. Same thing with, you know, Cinemia, any of these services or sites. They simply don't have the budget or the money to really secure their apps. And if there's a breach, you know, that's it for everybody. You may not use anyone else's cinema password, blah, blah. Yep, same thing there. Disclaimers, limitation, liability, violations of term of use. Okay, violations. Comply legal process, guidelines. Self-initiated account deletions, no. Yeah, nothing really stands out here. They collect your personal information, like they were saying before. Your name, mailing address, email address, and phone number, right? So they collect all that, they do all that, and then if their accounts get breached, and then now they have your password, they basically have everything they need to do some serious things to your accounts that you might share. Toon Blast says, you think moving forward they don't allow big name movies at all? Yeah, that's right. Toon Blast, they're not allowing any movies at all right now. Everybody says they're gone unless someone comes in and buys them out. You know, it might be smart for AMC or some of these other places, or maybe even a small list of theaters to just buy them out and get all the information that they had. I mean, that's what MoviePass was saying. They were saying, we're going to provide value to everybody to watch movies, but at the same time, we're going to sell your information, right? We hear this a lot. They're going to sell your information. They were going to do creepy stuff. The CEO said they were going to do creepy stuff about when you went to see the movie. You know, they'll sell you ads to figure out when you go, when you left, where you ate, all that creepy stuff. They might all have all that stuff on you, just waiting for that crap to be breached. So, man, secure your passwords completely. Okay, using Cinema's subscription. Okay, so now we get all the way down to part 27. Using Cinema's subscription. This is the meaty stuff that you want to take a look at. All right. So the first one, right, 18 years of age, you got to be a resident of the country, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's nothing new. Allowed you to purchase a movie ticket using a physical or cardless option. I think moving forward, they're all going with a cardless option. It's just a lot easier for them, which is going to be a pain in the butt because I heard that you can't actually copy and paste the card number and paste it in for your purchase, right? So what you're going to do now is you're going to, you know, do the thing on a Cinemia app, and then you're going to have to write that number down somewhere, maybe on a note card or something, and then copy that right back in to wherever you're going to purchase I don't know, purchase your movie ticket. At least I heard that was an issue that Tom's Guide went ahead and said. So that could be something that's fixed in the future. That could be something. Okay, so there's a Cinemia Elite option, right? You can see 1 or 2D or 3D movie per day, or a 2D, 3D movie 3 times through Cinemia. Okay, so there's a limit, 3 times. That's not going to be a problem for most people. Single seat includes premium show times, right? Once every 30 days from the last use, so every 30 days. Okay, Jeff says, I thought when I signed up they were just going to double or triple the cost someday. I didn't think, oh yeah. Yeah, they, you know, that Jeff, they royally messed everything up. It's like, I don't know what they're thinking. You know, if they had just bothered to ask regular people like you and me who use their subscription, guys, is this a good idea? Is charging $8 in search pricing a good idea for a movie that everybody wants to watch? That's how much they were charging this past weekend on Friday for movies, $8 surcharge. Now, keep in mind, you can get the same exact movie ticket from Costco for $9.99 or something, or less, $8.99. And that's something called an AMC Black ticket. I still have a lot of those. I was going to point one out and show you. But, you know, it's basically, it ends up being just a discount for $1 for the movie. Ridiculous. Of course, everybody was pissed. Because the search pricing, you were thinking it was $1.99, maybe $2.99. No, they did it for even movies that that didn't have that many people yet, right? The whole point with search pricing was that, hey, if there's so many people there, we're going to restrict people from reserving, right? So they're penalizing everybody because they thought that, you know, the movie was going to be really busy or that showtime was going to be busy. This is the reason why you got matinee showtimes, right? You get a discount on it. No, they charge you $8 surcharging this past weekend. And then the week or two before that, when my wife and I saw Incredible, she got charged the, I think, $5 of surcharge. So, yeah, so of course just bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. Packages. Here we go, 27.3. Says that Cinemia may change and make any changes to the products and services basically at any time without notice. So they could very well pull another MoviePass thing where they told you this, but sorry, they're going to change it. But look, they will not make any changes to your plan mid-cycle. That means your billing cycles every month. So you at least get a month's notice, or not a month's notice. You at least get up to that billing cycle notice. So if you were right at the end of the billing cycle and they said, hey, you can watch IMAX movies, you know, and then the weekend was the beginning of a new movie cycle, and they said, I'm sorry, now you can't, then they reserve the right to do that. And they're not responsible for theater programming changes, changes. So I think this is pretty standard fare. It's just that MoviePass actually followed through with it, and they really screwed a lot of people over. Some theaters may not be covered by Cinemia, right? Theaters may be closed. That's true. They make no guarantee about availability. Yeah, that's probably true. You agree to choose the movie theater and showtime on the day of the performance through the Cinemia app. You know, I wish they had an app or actually a website that you could do this, because again, I mentioned the problem that you can't copy and paste the virtual credit card number they got to give you. So same theater check-in issue, except that you do this all through the app. So you don't actually have a physical card. Some people have a physical card. I think they're grandfathered in. Moving forward, you're not going to have a physical card. What you're going to do is you're going to check in online through the Cinemia app. They'll give you a virtual card number that you will then enter to go ahead and purchase that ticket. So it's going to be a pain in the butt trying to copy all those numbers, all the credit card numbers, and copy it directly into the app. Not advised for people who are really bad at typing on their smartphones. Okay, month-to-month contract will be valid and complete and continue month-to-month. Now, note that the month-to-month has a $19.99 fee you have to pay. That's a one-time fee, I believe, unless you cancel your membership. If you do not contact us prior to billing date, this is the same standard stuff. There's nothing really special. Billed every okay, so they used to have a bill every 3 months contract. Doesn't look like they have that for the summer sale right now. Right now they have either month-to-month, no contract required, pay a $19.99 initiation fee, or do the yearly plan, pay everything up front, and not have to pay initiation fee. So you save 20 bucks, basically, is what you get. So you do the annual fee, you save 20 bucks. You gotta terminate your agreement. If you decide to cancel, you gotta, okay, look at this. Typo there. Apparently their attorneys didn't do the spell check. Subscription fees may be increased by Cinemia at any time. Right here. Right there. A lot of people will probably be pissed off about this. So, you know, with MoviePass being gone, if you're on a month-to-month plan, they might say, hell with this. We don't have this competition MoviePass anymore. We are now going to increase our fee the next month for everybody that is on a month-to-month. So here are the, Andrew, here are the cinema rates right now for the summer. This is the summer sale. So the rates right now are right here on a screen. So there are a couple options right here. The monthly, right, and the yearly, and the only difference, as you can see, is that there's a one-off club membership initiation fee. So I would suggest that if you are interested in doing Cinemia, you sign up for Cinemia right now, because they haven't had a chance to go ahead and process that MoviePass is completely gone, to have the webmaster go and change all these prices. I'd sign up for one of these right now. If you are really happy with the prices and the terms that they can change at any point in time, month to month in billing cycle, then go ahead and pay up front. But make sure that it makes sense. Make sure that it makes sense for you. You know, do the math. I was saying earlier that if you did the math and you only watch, let's just say you only watch 2 movies a month, and you're only paying $6.99 a month for the classic or for the elite $8.99 a month, right? Make sure that you're at least watching 2 movies a month. You're doing the full. If you're doing 1 movie a month, forget it. It's probably not worthwhile at all. But if you do, that now's the time to go ahead and sign up for it. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. I'm just telling you straight up the way I see this. So it's $8.99 a month. You can get 2 movies per month. Contrast that to MoviePass, which was at the very beginning 1 movie a day, right? And you see how insane that was for MoviePass to offer that at all, because obviously it's like a buffet. People weren't ever able to see that many movies at once. I mean, throughout my membership, I watched 18. I easily made my money back, right? So there's nothing that's even close to what MoviePass was offering, except that they offer the 3D plan and IMAX 4D and other premium showtimes that MoviePass never did officially support. They never made it that way. But if you have an AMC, you can get 3 movies a week, so you get 12 movies a month. Technically, with depending on which Friday, how many Fridays there are, or leap year, whatever. So you can watch 12 for the price of $19.99 a month, but only at AMC theaters. Okay, so that's in comparison. So you only get 3 here for $13.99, but you pay $6 more, and you're restricted to only AMC. Then you're paying $19.99 a month. So you're paying $6 more to watch a potential of 9 more movies. Okay. But obviously with Cinemia, you can watch it at so many other theaters. There's no blackout dates, all that stuff going on. Look at all these theaters that are supported compared to AMC. Yeah, that's a great question. All right, I'm going to go back and take a look at the terms and services, see if there's any other shady things going on here. Do not use blah, blah. Okay, right, same things. $10 placement fee charged if you lose your credit card, if they do give you one, but it is virtual for people moving forward, so I guess you won't have to worry about that. I wonder if you can insist on getting a actual physical card, so you don't have to deal with, so that some of us don't have to deal with having to do only virtual. If you miss a payment, yep. If you breach any aspect of this agreement, if you use the Cinema Reloadable debit card to make any purchase, yeah, same thing. Your membership would be terminated immediately. You know, MoviePass did the same thing. There's nothing special about that. If you violate any of this stuff, apparently they have the right to charge your registered payment method for a misuse fee and or cancel membership. That's a big tip right there. So, you know, there's some credit cards out there that you can actually generate a new code number and also limit the amount of spending that can be charged on there. So I suggest if you sign up for Cinemia, based on these terms of services here, it doesn't matter if it's your fault or not, they will charge you for the crap that happens on your membership regardless of whether or not it's your fault or not. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to limit the payment. If you're on the monthly, you want to limit the payment option. Let's say if you did the Elite, limit the amount. Just create your own virtual debit card on your credit card. Limit it to no more than $10 a month so they can't screw you later for something that might have happened elsewhere or out of your control. Because basically they will charge you. They reserve the right in their terms and conditions to charge you. So the worst they can do is terminate you and charge you an extra $10 is what I'm saying. So yeah, use a virtual card, use a third-party card, use something that you can easily cancel without dealing with any fees, because they said that they have a right to then charge you for any misuse that they see. What constitutes as misuse? Man, here's the problem, and that's why a lot of people were pissed off at MoviePass. So at the very beginning, if you remember MoviePass, they didn't explicitly say or limit that you couldn't watch a movie over and over again. So I actually watched a couple movies over and over again. Star Wars. I watched Star Wars again. I watched it one time. I was so tired I fell asleep. I checked in and watched it again. That is technically a violation of terms of MoviePass because I didn't know. I really didn't know that they had a thing where you can only watch one, and they didn't limit it on a MoviePass. So that's technically a violation of the terms and conditions, which MoviePass then had a right to change at any point in time and then screw you over for it. Same thing with Cinemia. So make sure that your registered payment method is not well, it's a credit card that's going to back you up. So they accept American Express. I suggest you use American Express because American Express will screw over the vendor more likely than they will screw over the end user. So yeah, use one of those debit cards that limits it on the monthly. In case of fraudulent stuff, fraudulent misuse, whatever they term to be misuse, you have 30 minutes to check in and pay for the ticket as well. Attempting to purchase the ticket for a showtime later, 5 months from initial check-in time. 5 hours, sorry, 5 hours from initial check-in time. That's interesting. So that, you know, that's one difference between Cinemia and MoviePass. Not Cinemia and MoviePass. MoviePass is no more, right? One difference between Cinemia and AMC is AMC allows reservations for months in advance for movies that are yet to come out, but you can only have up to 3 at a time. Only 3 at a time, but you can reserve. Let's say there's all these movies coming out. What was it? What was that one someone was saying over here? Christopher Robin. So Christopher Robin is coming out, you know, later on in the summer. I can reserve for that on AMC and not have a problem with it. But it would use up 1 of the 3. Okay, here it's telling me in the terms and conditions that pretty much you got to check in and you have 30 minutes. Same thing with the MoviePass, and you also can't purchase something, reserve something 5 hours from initial check-in time. If there's anybody that's a Cinemia member that's actually watching, and if they actually have new terms and conditions, please write down below and let me know. I'm reading this directly from cinemia.com in the terms. So that's one benefit from going to AMC is that if you know there's a movie you want to watch, you can guarantee that seat, and they will give it to you and the person on the card holder. Oh, another thing with AMC is that with AMC, you actually have to show your ID, government ID or something, that you are the person that purchased the ticket. So you can't purchase a ticket for your kids. Cinema you can because they have a family plan. A person can only purchase one membership. In the event of detecting the same purchasing more than one membership using different credentials or social media accounts, Cinema will reserve the right to suspend or cancel the membership by terminating the contract. Yeah, I suppose MoviePass did the same thing. Some people were in fact terminated for it, which is too bad because the only thing you can try to do is gift the membership to someone. But for instance, if I'm trying to use this for my mom, who is just not smartphone savvy at all, that's going to be a problem. Cinema is not going to work. Definitely not going to work. We'd have to stick with AMC in that case. I can't see her trying to type this stuff in. I would get frustrated trying to type in the virtual credit card numbers to purchase it. I'm going AMC all the way for people who are not savvy at all. Gift subscriptions are prepaid stuff. There's always the risk with gift subscriptions, in that if you lose it, they're not responsible. They're not going to help you. That's what they said. They're just not going to help you. Yeah, so if you're buying a gift subscription, make sure you're typing in that email. Double check that email. Make sure it doesn't fall in the wrong place. Because you email it to the wrong person, and you know what? My email address, I get other people's emails to my email all the time. It's really, really annoying. But I could see where something like this could happen. Then someone like myself could take advantage of it. Then you would lose the entire subscription. And it says that they're not responsible at all for that. Now, this is nothing against Cinema per se. I think this is true with just any other gift subscription. It's just be very careful about this. So family plans. After the check-in process, allocated movie days will be used with a physical card, invitation code, or Cinema cardless. Within the movie day limits of membership plan, daily tickets cannot be used at different times or dates, cannot be accumulated. Unused daily tickets cannot be transferred to used. The Cinema owner must be at the movie theater, membership owner. Otherwise, they will cancel. So So let's say you got a family of 4, you and your wife, or your significant other or your domestic partner go in there. You want to make sure it's the one that's always taking the kids to the movie theater. Otherwise, you're going to have to go as well. Otherwise, they reserve the right to cancel you and kick everybody out. Cinema Classic, your tickets can be used only for 2D movies. Cinema Elite, you can do 2D or 3D or IMAX, all that stuff. Great. Advanced tickets created using Cinema app must be purchased within 2 hours. Okay, so this is the advanced ticket reservation. You can do it up to 30 days within the span of the 30-day membership period. So if there's a movie that's 2 months down the line, you can't do it with Cinema app, but you can do it with AMC. But there aren't any limitations on how many advance tickets you can be ordered in 30-day membership period. Oh, that's good to know. It's exactly 30 days is the membership period. So for AMC, it's monthly, but it resets every Friday. So because they let you watch 3 movies a week. Cinema, it's monthly, period. So it says it's exactly 30 days. That's another big difference. Members may use their smartphone only for their own subscription. If the same mobile device is used for different members, the provider reserves the right to suspend or cancel. Wow, there's a lot of fine print that you need to know about all this stuff. So again, it's advised if you need to handle this stuff for someone in your family that is not smartphone savvy or does not have a smartphone, and that you're not willing to get a separate smartphone for the purposes of Cinema, don't do it. There are a lot of issues that could happen where they can just cancel you. Keep in mind, I want to believe that all these things are here and written by the lawyers and the people just to prevent abuse, and that if you're doing something legitimate, they don't see a real reason to cancel you. But I'd be extremely cautious when you're on the annual plan and you already paid up front, because then they can mess you up. All right, and once again, the information on this website is subject to change without notice. So beware, 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 beware. There is a lot, and you don't even, I mean, all this other crap in the front before, just start at 27. And unfortunately, you're just gonna have to come back and read this stuff, and they can get you later, just like MoviePass. They can change this stuff on you and just piss you off, and it could just ruin your day at the movie. But that's what you get for you know, trying to get a discount. So once again, there's a summer sale going on for Cinemia. I think that with MoviePass being gone and defunct now, there's less competition, so the rates for everybody are probably going to go up. Now the main competition is Cinemia and maybe some of the other theaters. So Cinemia was one. I think Century Theater has one too, right? Century Theater subscription, but they're all bad. They're not good. It's Movie Club Cinemark. Okay, so here's one for Cinemark. If you're a Century Theaters, it's $8.99 a month. You only get one 2D, but the big difference here is that the unused tickets roll over. So no matter what, you can roll over this. This is not a good deal at all. Don't do the Cinemark deal unless, well, okay, so you got 20% off concessions and you got waived online fees. That's the only thing you're getting with this. This is not a good deal, not the Cinemark. It's too bad. Yeah, this is not a good deal. Why is this not a good deal? Well, $8.99 a month, you only got one 2D movie ticket per month. And then for the same $8.99 a month, you can get the same discount movie theater tickets with no blackouts from Costco for $8.99 a month. Yeah, you got to buy two, but you're better off doing that. Okay, so we'll cancel this one. This one just simply doesn't make sense. Any other movie clubs? MoviePass alternatives? Alamo Drafthouse. I'm not gonna look at that. Alamo Drafthouse. Business Insider. AMC A Stubs. Yeah, Stubs A List. Sorry, probably the best one right now for someone who has AMC near you. And Cinemia is obviously number two. Number two or number three. Screw the Cinemark Movie Club. Alamo, this is only at Alamo Drafthouse. So out here in LA, I don't know about this. This is probably just for New Yorkers. Nothing against you guys from New York, but I'm in LA, in California. West Coast. I don't have anything like that. All right, so based on all this information, which plans are you guys signing up for? Let me know. Type something down in comments. You have any questions on anything I kind of went over? Just to reiterate, MoviePass is probably no more now. They borrowed a bunch of money last week to handle a bunch of bills that they should have paid ahead of time so that the physical card that you used to check in and pay for the movies would work. They told everybody there was a technical glitch. The glitch itself was that they didn't pay. They didn't pay up in time. So then they did an emergency loan. They borrowed an extra $6.5 million. God knows how they got $6.5 million, but they did. So they got an extra $6.5 million. They paid the credit card processing company so that the cards could be used over this past weekend. And then they canceled the biggest movie release of the summer from anybody to watch, which was, of course, Mission Impossible. Otherwise, that would have definitely tanked them completely. They had Mission Impossible had a great weekend. Let's see, Mission Impossible opening week. So Mission Impossible opening week did really well. Look, $92 million overseas. I think they did 61 plus million opening box office weekend. MoviePass doesn't have $61 million. We knew that. they had 20 at most, and this was like 2 months ago. So obviously, they said no. That's why none of us was able to watch it with MoviePass over this past weekend. And now, obviously, even with canceling out Mission Impossible, the other movies, and the $8 surcharge, they still didn't have enough to keep afloat. So now they're defunct. They're dead. You can't check in at all. Let me see. Well, if you have MoviePass on there right now, or if you have MoviePass on your smartphone right now, do me a favor, check it out. Let me know if you can check in. Some of it says that e-ticketing would be available, and it showed that it was available, but people have reported that if you try, it actually doesn't go through. So MoviePass is completely dead. So my suggestion is sign up for one of these other third-party things if you want to continue with this whole MoviePass, with this whole movie subscription fee. If you hate dealing or typing numbers in smartphones, and you want to watch more than 3 movies a month, then go with AMC A-List. But if you have family that you bring your kids out and watch movies all the time, Cinemia is still the way to go because they actually do have some family plans. AMC does not. They say it's forthcoming. It's not available right now. It could be months before that happens, and now they don't have as much. They don't have as much pushing them to bring out the family plans as they did before. They don't have much pressure, is what I mean to say. Okay, so let's take a look at the family plan. Now we're talking about it. So it's a single membership with tickets up to 6 people. You have one membership owner, and again, make sure whoever this membership owner is the one that is the movie aficionado and who is going to be able to take the kids and who is going to see the movies the most, because this person has to be at the theater, or else Cinemia will just cancel your membership. They would just cancel it. They have the right to terminate. You can bring different friends or family members every time, including booking tickets, ticket purchases, check-in at theater for advanced ticket up to 30 days. And they can only be made by a membership holder. So, oh, it says discover movie plans. So what's the difference between these two? Other than, oh, here we go. Okay, so with the family plans, it's $27.99 for 2 people. So before it was one person, it's $6.99. Let's say a family of 4. Let's compare this here. Let's take a look at the family plans real quick here. So let's say you got husband and wife, 2 kids, or let's say double date night. Let's just say double date night. Double date night will be $57.99 for no restriction for 3 movies per month. So that's 20, wow, okay. $20 a movie, or basically $10 a movie ticket. So this plan does not make sense at all unless you're going to watch IMAX and 3D. You see that? You guys catching this? Anybody in chat, you see this? $57.99, right? That's for 4 people. That's the family plan, right? 4 people, but you can only watch 3 movies together. Let's break that down a little bit. Well, that's I guess that's okay. So that is what, 12 4 3 versus $36.99, and then let's take a look at the let's just say, okay, I'm going to make this easier. I'm going to use myself as a case example here because boy, this is more confusing than I thought it would be. I'm glad I looked into this a little bit more. Okay, so for my wife and myself. For my wife and myself, I don't typically like to watch IMAX or 3D. We like just the regular ones. We don't like the blackout dates. We like the advanced ticket option. It's going to be $13.99 a month for 2 people, for 2 movies. So 2 movie days for two a month. Basically, 4 movie tickets. So 4 movie tickets at $13.99 a month. That's not too bad, right? That's about $4 or $5 a movie. Yeah, I could do that. But if I switch to the to this, it's actually a better deal to go here. And the reason why is that even though I don't like watching IMAX or 3D, because it costs more, there's going to be less people at the theater. And there's some movies that I do like to watch with a lot of people, but you know, when you have more people in a movie theater, there's a bigger chance that there's going to be kids, they're going to be crying, there's going to be a lot of interruptions. We have people talking in the theater, making a bit of a mess. So generally, you go to an IMAX showtime or you go to a 3D movie, it's going to be less people. So is that worthwhile to pay an extra $4 per month? Yeah, probably. So I'd probably go with the Elite option. So okay, so in that case, it's not too bad. So this is 4 movies, 4 movies. But if I want to add a third one, then it's an extra $10 more for 2 people. So you're still paying $5 a movie. Yeah, okay. It's not great enough discount. This is not something that I would probably pay annually for. I think it might still make sense. So for anybody coming on, the only difference that I see between the annual plan and the yearly plan, or the monthly plan, sorry, the monthly and annual plan is $19.99 per person for the membership. So to sign up for this, I got to pay $40 on the monthly, $40 plus $17.99. So that's $57.99 to get started for the first month for 2 movies. Yeah. You know, what's interesting is that they don't have a plan that allows you to see more than these amount of movies on here per month. So they're being a little bit smarter, right? MoviePass was saying, hey, we can stay in business if after the buffet is over, where people get over watching a movie every single day, because when they run out of movies, and 2, they can't rewatch a movie, is that we would eventually come down to a model like this pricing, where people really only have time to watch maybe 3 movies a month anyway. So this is something that's viable. And Cinemia used to charge more for these options, and now because of MoviePass, you can thank MoviePass for making these options available. All right. Wow, this is a 1-hour long live stream. Any questions for me out there? What are your thoughts on all these different things? Basically, the two main competitors of this, the Cinemia and AMC Stubs A-List. I actually think this is a better deal for us, the AMC Stubs A-List. Now, what is not as great of a deal? Okay, so here's something else to consider. Throw another cog or benefit in here on how you can kind of benefit a little bit more for these. And this is actually technically against AMC terms. Okay, so for AMC Stubs A-List, they have one plan right now, and this plan is $19.95 per month plus tax, which for us in LA County, or LA, well, right here in LA County, is an extra $2 more. So I'm going to be paying $22 a month for myself only to watch up to 3 movies every week. Right, so $22. Now, with this, I also get the AMC Gold membership, which is great because it gives you some other benefits. So if you have an AMC member, if you are have AMC or you go to AMC theaters at all, definitely join the AMC Stubs. Number one, it's the main one's free, but number 2 is the AMC Gold Stub allows you to basically cut in line. It's like a fast pass for a theme park. So you pay the fee. I think it's only $15 a month, but no, sorry, $15 a year, not a month. But you get 10% back as points that then you could use to either buy more movies or actually get concessions or do upgrades, like 3D movie upgrades, whatever. But you also get a separate line that you can just kind of cut in line. Not cut in line, but there's a faster line for you at the movie theater as well, in most theaters. But on top of that, you get the 10% back is only for money that you actually spend. So unfortunately, when you do the reservations of 3 movies a month, you don't get credit for the 3 movies with the A-list, right? You only get the credit for the $19.95 a month membership fee. But if you sign up for the AMC Stubs Gold membership for $15 a month, and then you sign up for Cinemia, right? You sign up for Cinemia. Anything that you use for Cinemia to purchase AMC, you get an additional 10% back. So what I'm telling you is that you get 10% of the full-on movie price back as points on AMC Stubs for having both the gold membership and using Cinemia to purchase those tickets. So it ends up being a even cheaper deal for you on this. Since I'm doing this right now, I haven't done the calculations on it. It really depends on how much a movie ticket is for you in your location when you see it. So, and also for AMC, if you watch movie theaters on Tuesdays, I think with the Stubs membership, it's only $5 rewards and $5 ticket Tuesdays for joining AMC Stubs. Not to be confused with A-List. So A-List, you automatically get the AMC Stubs membership for the period of time that you're an A-List member, but it is still $20 a month or $22 a month. And you got to sign up for 3 months at a time. Okay, I think I covered everything ad nauseum. I think that the choices are fairly clear. I had opened up a Word document in here earlier. I don't know why I had that going on here. Oh yeah, I was going to type in some other things, some other answers to any questions that people were asking about. So if you have a family, definitely go with Cinemia. But if you have family that is really bad at operating smartphones, Cinemia might not necessarily be for you unless you're willing to pay for everybody, in which if you're the head of the household, you're probably paying for anybody anyway, right? But if you're mostly going to AMC Stubs and you watch more than 3 movies a month, if you watch more than 3 movies a month, because right now their plans are only 3 movies regardless per month, then go with AMC. But if you look at all the movies that are coming up over the summer, who has a listing? Discover Movies. Okay, so if you look at your local theater and there aren't enough movies for you to watch, then you're basically kind of wasting your money at AMC Stubs because you're paying for 3 movies every week that you're not watching, right? So if you're someone that just doesn't watch that many, Cinemia is the way to go. So do the Cinemia plan, pay for the AMC Stubs Gold membership or Premier membership. Get credits for both of them when you go to AMC theaters, and you're basically paying like $5 a movie ticket on the Cinemia plan. Okay, I think that's it for this live stream for me. I'm going to see if there's any questions down here in the chat that I missed. I don't think so. I think that's it. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yep. I don't see anything else new down here. I'll give you guys a chance to type in any questions. I will just go back and play back this video that I released earlier. I'll be back in 3 minutes to see if there's any questions. If not, I'm just going to go ahead and end this live stream. Hopefully this helps you make that decision that's best for yourself and your family moving forward from MoviePass. For me, I'm gonna consult. I'm going to consult with my wife and figure out just how many movies that we might be seeing in the near future. And then we're going to try to make a decision by this weekend, or soon, today. Make your decision today. Pick which one you're going to choose, because now that MoviePass is gone, there's less competition, which would then cause the other people to go, hey, since there's less competition, let's go ahead and raise our prices on our membership plans. I mean, why keep it low when MoviePass is gone and everybody's switching over? Okay, so I will be right back and get a little drink, and you guys can watch this again. All right. Okay, I'm back. It doesn't look like there's any other questions. I think I just about covered everything. I do suggest you make your choices sooner rather than later. Don't cancel your MoviePass until it is probably the end of the subscription. Make sure you're not using any passwords on there that you just don't reuse your passwords on MoviePass. When things go defunct, they're gonna, if anything, they go completely bankrupt. They're going to sell all the information that they gather on you potentially, right? And that may or may not include information that they did not properly encrypt, such as your username and your password. So there are legitimate concerns surrounding that I have as a security consultant. So change your passwords. And good luck and enjoy the movie theaters. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if not, please comment down below why you didn't like it. Maybe I can improve some of this stuff and make more videos that are more interesting and more helpful to you in the future. Thanks for watching. I'm signing out now. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.